Hey guys, welcome to part 3, final part of restoring the Dell Studio XPS. And in today's video, I already installed Slackware, but we're going to configure Slackware. We're going to create our user, we're going to configure Slack package, and update all the packages on our system to make it as up-to-date as possible. We are going to install SBO UI and gslapt, which are two other package managers. Let's do it. Alright, I just recently installed Slackware on my Dell Studio XPS 8100. As you can see, we do not have any Wi-Fi here. And that's because we simply didn't enable the network manager to start up at startup. And that's what we're going to do. So you're going to want to open up a terminal. Okay. Now we're going to type in chmod plus x etc rc.d rc.network manager. Okay. Then you're going to want to reboot. Okay, after you rebooted Slackware, if we go here, you can see that I have an internet connection. This computer doesn't have an internal Wi-Fi chip, so it's connected through Ethernet, but Wi-Fi will also work, hopefully. Hopefully Wi-Fi will work if your Wi-Fi chip is compatible with Slackware, but it should be. Anyway, now we're going to open up the terminal, and what we're going to do now is we're going to configure Slack package, the internal Slackware package manager. So we're going to type in nano etc slack pkg mirrors. Okay, enter that. Now, as you can see here, right under this Slackware 64 14.2, this will work for 32-bit also. All of this will also work for 32-bit, but I'm using 64-bit. Anyway, so as you can see now we have countries and different mirrors. So we can go down. I'm in the United States, so I'll go down to the United States. And this is in the Slackware 14.2 repository. So I know, make sure I wouldn't do an FTP, I would do an HTTP like this one. But I know from experience that this mirror does not work. But this one does right here. But we'll do the HTTP OSUOSL, whatever that is. We're just going to uncomment that. Delete that little hash mark. Control X. Yes. Enter. Now we can type in Slack pkg update. And that will update our Slack package mirrors. And then what we're going to want to do after that is we're going to want to update all the packages. You might notice that some packages such as Firefox and Thunderbird and everything are a little outdated. And we're going to update all of the outdated packages using one command. But don't worry, if you're thinking, oh, I like KDE 4, but I don't want it to update to KDE 5. It won't do that unless you're on Slackware current, but we're using Slackware 14.2. So it will stay on KDE 4, the desktop environments and everything will stay the same. It will just update the apps that are outdated, so that's really useful. So once this is done doing its thing, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so that is done doing its thing, and now we're going to upgrade all the packages using Slack package. We're going to type in Slack pkg upgrade all, and that will update all the outdated things on your operating system. And you might want to leave that sitting. That's probably going to take a while. Oh, it's going to bring up this window. Just click yes or enter. And then that will take a while. Alright, so this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I forgot that when you first install Slackware and then run the update, it will take a while. But we can do other things while it's doing that. So we can just minimize that. Let's open Firefox. Firefox still hasn't been updated yet, it looks like. So we're going to type in slapped get. Go to the first link right here. And we're going to go, if you have Slackware ARM, you'll do that. Slackware 14.2, you'll do that. Slackware 14.2, that's just 32-bit. I'm running Slackware 64 14.2, 64-bit, so I'm going to click that. And it looks like they're both the same. Well, actually, do T. This one, the bottom one. Then click Save File. Alright, now we're good. So now we can open another terminal. Remember, this is all the update stuff. Just open a new terminal. And we'll type in cd downloads ls, and that will let us view everything. So we can highlight this slapped get package, copy, and now we can type in install pkg, paste. Alright, there we go. Now slapped get is installed. Now we can run slapped get update. Yeah, no, we're going to have to do 2 hyphens right there. There we go. Now it will update our slapped get repositories, and then we can install gslapped. While it's doing that, we can go ahead and go to, you can just type in SBO pkg. Click this first link right here. Go to downloads and click this right here. And then we'll save the file. There we go. So now I can go back to here. Looks like that's still not done yet, but that doesn't matter. We can open up a third terminal, and now we can do cd downloads ls, and now we can select our SBO package right there. And now we can type in install pkg, that, and paste that in. Now it's installed. So now we can go to SBO package. We can just type in SBO pkg. Now if we go to utilities and that, whatever, you can just do sync. Just make sure you go to utilities and it says SBO 14.2. And then wait for that. I know it will kind of it might not do anything for like the first few seconds, but just leave it and trust me, it will do its thing in a little bit. Now if we go back here, now it looks like it's done doing its thing. I'm going to type in clear so you guys can all see this better. Now we can type in slapped get -i gslapped. So slapped get is kind of like the Slackware it's kind of meant to be like a Slackware implementation of apt. So, yeah. So, you kind of use it like you kind of use it like the apt package manager. I is for install, and then G-slapped is the graphical partition manager front end. So it's kind of like Synaptic package manager. Anyway, we could just click enter, and it will do that. As you can see, now that that is done, we can just type in exit, and that will exit. And it looks like SBO still hasn't done it, but it's only been sitting for like 30 seconds. So just, even if it's still not doing anything, just leave it. And now this is our Slack package update process, and it's still not done either. So we're just going to leave it here, and then once this shows some responsiveness, I'll tell you what to do from then. Alright, so now after only about 3 minutes, it's already done syncing. So now we can just go back to the main menu and say SBO UI, which is the graphical user interface for this. If we go here and we go to the README, it says it requires libconfig. But SBO package doesn't handle the dependencies, which in this case, this is a dependency, so you'd have to install that yourself. Now, SBO UI will install the dependencies for you. So that's why we're going to install SBO UI. But first we have to install libconfig. So we're just going to main menu, libconfig, and I've already installed it because I needed to get this simple screen recorder going, and I installed it from here. But you would do process install like that, and then it will do its thing, and it should be done pretty quickly. Now that's done, just press enter, then we'll do install. Now it's done. Now we can go to main menu. If we go to packages, you can see that we have it installed. So we are going to go back, and we're going to go to search SBO UI. Alright, and we'll go here, and we'll do install, just like that. Then I'll get back to you when it's done. It should be done shortly. Alright, now it's done. So now we can do install, and it will install it real quickly. It's already done. Okay, now if we go to here, recently installed. Oh, we do have the G-slap package manager, and I'll kind of show you around that. But here we can now go to main menu, and we can exit. We can close out that terminal window. Make sure you keep this open. Anyway, here is G-slapped. We can drag this down. So now we can search up something like, I don't think OBS Studio is on here. As you can see, you'll probably find out quickly that there isn't much that you can download from G-slapped. But there's much more you can get on SBO UI, which is right here. Now it's right here. When you get there, just click S, and that will sync SBO UI. So you definitely want to make sure that you do that. As you can see, SBO UI is done doing that. Now, as you can see, we have so many apps that we can choose from to download, and so many categories. Now, let's see if I can get OBS Studio on here. Yes, I can. So, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do install. And as you can see, OBS Studio has all of these dependencies. And it's going to install them all for us, which is great. So we'll just click OK. And there we go. Now the last thing we're going to need to do is create a new user. Now we can just type in the command add user. And Carson G, or it's not how you spell my name. Carson G, or whatever you're going to name your user. You can just click enter, enter. And then you'll click the up arrow, then type in root, and then enter, enter, enter again, and then you'll type in your full name. I can just do Carson, I guess. It's not my full name, but whatever. You can enter your room number if you want. I don't have one. Don't have one. And sure, whatever. And then you would create your new password. And re-enter it. And there we go. Now, when you boot into the kernel, you will log in with that user. And there you go. You finished setting up Slackware. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below if you haven't already. ASAP used meme, Nolan, is back. He's starting his YouTube channel back up. If we can get him to 100 subscribers, him and I will do a gaming showdown. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.